Hey guys, this is Chris with Unknown Comics. Thanks for checking out this week's video. We're talking about comic books coming up to order on March 15th, 2021. This is our final order cutoff video for that. So let's get straight into it. This is the top 10 books you want to order this week. Kind of a little skewed because there's actually a couple of duplicates in there, or doubles, however you want to say it. But let's get right into it. Coming in at number 10 is Immortal Hulk number 45. Immortal Hulk number 45, of course, this is still being written by Al Ewing, and the cover art, the whole series has been Alex Ross, which has been amazing. Love Alex Ross. Joe Bennett has done a lot of the interior art and has a couple of homage variants that he's been doing over the last few issues, which have been really cool. This series, I think, is winding down. I'm not really sure. At one point, it was only supposed to go to issue 25. Then everybody said 50, so if that's true, we're getting pretty close to the end. I'm not sure. So here we are, Immortal Hulk number 45, again, written by Al Ewing. Joe Bennett's doing the interior art. Of course, this is from Marvel Comics. The Hulk is at his lowest point. His strength is gone. His friends cannot reach him. Gamma itself has turned against him. What hope is there now? What hope is left for the weakest there is? So this is rated T of plus. It's been a great book, great read. Overall, probably outside of Spider-Man and Venom, just the most ordered Marvel book that we have had over the last few years. So if you haven't had a chance to get in and start reading it, find some trade paperbacks. If you can still find older issues, grab them up. Great series. Again, that's Immortal Hulk number 45. Coming in at number 9 is Magic the Gathering from Boom Entertainment. All right, so Magic the Gathering number 1. It's got some different variants. One of the variants is pretty cool. It's actually like a hidden planeswalker thing. So kind of like when you just get a pack of cards. These will come in a polybagged bag. You won't know what you're getting. There's 3 different versions or 4 different versions that have different planeswalkers in them. So you could get a, let's see, 1, 2, 3. There's 3 different variants. We do have those all shown off on the website. You can see those at unknowncomicbooks.com. It's kind of cool that they're doing that. So it's kind of similar to the same thing you would get when you're opening up a pack of cards. You don't exactly know what you're going to get, so it's a pretty cool thing that they're doing there for Magic. We do have an exclusive coming for this as well from Dave Raposa. If you're a Magic the Gathering fan, you should know who Dave is, as he does a lot of the card art that you see on your cards. So again, it's Magic the Gathering number 1. It's coming from Boom Studios. It's being written by Jed McKay. The interior art is by I.G. Grara. Then multiple different covers there as well. A new beginning for the pop culture phenomenon of Magic starts here from Jed McKay. Perfect for new readers and longtime fans. Across the vast multiverse, those gifted with a spark can tap into the raw power of Magic and travel across realms. They are planeswalkers. When coordinated assassination attempts on Guildmasters Raul Zarek, Vraska, and Kaya rock the city of Ravnica and leave Jace Belryn's life hanging in the balance, a fuse is lit that threatens not just these 3 guilds, but the entire plane of Ravnica. Now these 3 must covertly infiltrate the wild plains of Zendikar and form a tenuous alliance to uncover why the targets of assassins have all been planeswalkers. So this looks like a pretty cool story. It's been a while since we've seen like a big storyline from Magic. There's been a little crossovers here and there. This seems to be a pretty big thing coming from Boom, so pretty excited about this. We'll see where this goes. Coming in at number 8 is Avengers number 44. If you're following the Avengers stuff right now, there's a lot of stuff happening with the Phoenix and who's going to be the new Phoenix. Definitely you want to be reading this or picking this up, seeing what's going to happen there. Avengers 44. It looks to be a pretty good book, pretty big book to pick up as well. So it's Avengers 44. Of course, right now it's being written by Jason Aaron. Interior art is by Luca Maresca, and cover art for the main cover is Alex Ross. Of course, there's also a Peach Momoko variant, as well as some other ones as well. And then this is Marvel Comics. Into the Phoenix, the fiery finale. As the greatest heroes and villains of the Marvel Universe are trapped within the battle to decide the all-new Phoenix. A bloody battle that has narrowed to a handful of desperate combatants. Thor leads the rest of the Avengers in the fight to contain the Phoenix Force on Earth, in a quest complicated by the Thunder God's own mysterious connection to the cosmic Firebird. Again, that's Avengers number 44 from Marvel Comics. Coming in at number 7, Nocterra number 2 from Image Comics. Nocterra number 1 was a really big book, really big push. Of course, this is being written by Scott Snyder. Interior art is by Tony Daniel. Pretty big powerhouse team up there from Image Comics. Very well received so far from what I've seen. I think Tanner just did a part of this on his review video. You can go watch that, of course, here on our YouTube channel as well. But again, Nocterra number 2, you for sure want to grab a couple issues into this to see if you really like it. Scott Snyder's work has been well received for many years. A lot of people really like Scott Snyder as a writer. Nocterra number 2 from Image Comics, Full Throttle Dark, Part 2. Val brings her passengers to their first truck stop, the Neon Grove, but with her brother getting worse by the minute and dark forces in hot pursuit, our ferryman finds herself faced with a grave decision. So again, pick that up. That's Nocterra number 2 from Image Comics. Coming number 6 is Geiger number 1. This is also from Image Comics. This one looks pretty interesting. This one's being written by Jeff Johns. So if you're a fan of Watchmen, Stargirl on CW, different things like this, of course, that's all stuff Jeff Johns has been involved in here recently. A lot of stuff over at DC Comics. Pretty cool to see him coming over and doing something for himself at Image Comics. Again, it's being written by him, Jeff Johns, interior arts by Gary Frank. This looks to be pretty sweet. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with this one. Industry heavyweight Jeff John and Gary Frank of DC's Doomsday Clock re-team for what will be one of the most anticipated new series of 2021 in the forthcoming Geiger. This mind-blowing new series will take local comic shops by storm in April from Image Comics. Who are the scavengers of a dying Earth? Geiger is set in the years since a nuclear war ravaged the planet. Desperate outlaws battle for survival in a world of radioactive chaos. Out past the poisoned wasteland lives a man even the Nightcrawlers and Oregon people fear. Some name him Joe Glow, others call him the Meltdown Man, but his name is Geiger. So that's Geiger number 1 from Image Comics from Jeff Johns and Gary Frank. So pick that up. That's number 6 on this week's list. Coming at number 5 is Amazing Spider-Man number 63 from Marvel Comics. This one's being written by Nick Spencer. Interior art still currently by Patrick Gleason. New suit still happening. It's been back and forth on how people are feeling about the new suit. We'll see how long it sticks. But again, Spider-Man has been and will be one of the best books to pick up month in and month out. So one of the very few Marvel books that's still being printed bi-monthly. Definitely grab this if you're not reading Spider-Man. It's always a great read. Nick Spencer's been doing a great job so far with his current run. We all know the romantic story of RNJ, star-crossed lovers, deep-seated family, tragic ending. Wait, who are Romeo and Juliet? We're talking about Randy and Janice. Yep, Peter Parker's roommate and the Beetle have been dating, and that information finally gets out to their fathers. The Tombstone Robbie Robertson beef has been brewing since 1988, and it's back big time. So looks like I'm not sure if this is kind of a big story going through multiple issues here, but it does look like it's definitely got some roots going way back as far as where they're bringing this storyline from. So for you Spider-Man fans, looks like you might know about. For those just getting into the storyline, I'm sure they're doing a great job of bringing you up to speed here. So Amazing Spider-Man number 63, that's number 5 on our top 10 list this week. Coming in at number 4 is DC Comics' Next Batman Second Son number 1. So if you read any of the future state stuff that DC just did, this should be bringing some of that kind of into more of the storylines, giving us a little bit more of Tim Fox, letting us see a little bit more of his story as he becomes Batman. So it's pretty interesting. I know that with that future state stuff, they're not really doing a lot with every character, but they are trying to do a little bit more with some of them. So this looks to be one of those. This is being written by John Ridley. Interior art is by Tony Atkins and Travel Foreman. So couple different variants as well. A new mini-series by Academy Award-winning writer John Ridley and artist Tony Atkins and Travel Foreman begins. Readers now know the after events of future state. Tim Fox is the next Batman. But what's his origin story? Why has he been estranged from Lucius Fox and his family for so long? Connected to the dramatic events of March's Infinite Frontier number 0. These questions and many more will be explored in the thrilling new digital first mini-series. And then again, like the print of this stuff is all going to be out April 7th. So Next Batman Second Son number 1. That's a 4-part mini-series from DC Comics. Coming in at number 3 is Batman number 107, still being written by James Tynion and interior art by Jorge Jimenez. Great art, love this stuff. Batman is just like Spider-Man in the fact that this is something you want to read, something you want to be a part of. The series so far since James took over has been very well loved. People are really liking all the new characters he's bringing in, the new storylines that he's bringing in, Punchline, and all these, the Joker Killer. I mean, he's got so many different characters that he's been bringing up with Jorge here. So it's been a great read. Really liking it so far. Batman 107 from DC Comics, written by James Tynion. Tensions are sky high in Gotham City following the attack of Arkham Asylum. The public opinion and unrest are starting to boil over. The Dark Knight has his hands full juggling the investigation of the reappearance of an old enemy and the rise of a new gang in Gotham called Unsanity Collective. Gotham City is getting more dangerous by the minute. Plus, in part 1 of Legend of Ghostmaker, James Tynion and Ricardo Lopez Ortiz tell the most insane tale of action adventure featuring Batman's frenemy, Ghostmaker. This one is not to be missed. So it's Batman 107. That's coming in at number 3 this week on our top 10. For number 2, we've got Star Wars High Republic Adventures, number 3, and then also Star Wars High Republic number 4. Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 3, of course, this is being published by IDW. It's more geared towards the younger readers, as most of the Star Wars Adventures books have. Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 3 is being written by Daniel Jose Older. Interior art is by Harvey Talabo. Again, this is being published by IDW. The Star Wars stuff has been great so far. The novels have been great as far as the High Republic stuff. We just got a new bad guy in the Drangir, which appeared in issue 2 of High Republic Adventures. Also was in issue 3 of Star Wars, the High Republic of the Marvel comics. So the Drangir seem to be a pretty bad guy. In the novel, we see that the Sith were so threatened by them that the Sith actually found a way to make these guys where they couldn't go out and even hurt what they were doing. So it's a pretty big deal when the Sith are kind of afraid of something. So in the glory days of Republic, the Jedi stands as guardian of galactic peace until a powerful new adversary called the Nihil arrive. Zine accompanies the Jedi to the Starlight Beacon, a glowing symbol of the Jedi and Republic, where she learns what it means to be a Padawan. Meanwhile, Crix and the Nihil fight their way through a Republic blockade to safety, and Crix begins to wonder who the strange man who helped him really is. Writer Daniel Jose Older, best-selling author of Star Wars, Last Shot, and artist Harvey bring IDW into the High Republic, a massive publishing crossover spanning comics and prosody. So it looks like they're still doing pretty generic little story tease there, just because they don't really want to let anybody know what's kind of happening and they don't want to give anything away. So that was Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 3, Star Wars High Republic number 4 from Marvel Comics. This little storyline so far has been very good. It's been written by Kevin Scott. Interior art is by Ario. The Jedi turned against each other. Avar Kriss and her band of brave Jedi helpless in the clutches of a traitor in their midst. Starlight Beacon under attack from an insidious foe. Danger from an old enemy. Who is really pulling the strings on this distant planet? So we also get to see a little bit more of the Drangir in here. If you've been reading the story, you'll see what's going on with Master Skier and the Drangir. Don't want to give it away too far, but just know that they have kind of taken over a little bit on what's going on here. So Master Skier is in a pretty terrible place. So it's going to be interesting to see how they unravel all this, how Keeve Trennis and Avar Kriss can kind of help Master Skier get back into the light. We'll see where that goes, but it's definitely something we want to pick up, and those two again are our number 2 picks this week on the top on Final Order Cutoff for our top 10. Coming in at number 1, Venom number 34 and King in Black number 5. Again, these are 2 books that kind of go hand in hand right now. If you're reading one, you kind of have to read the other. King in Black looks to be wrapping up with Venom 35 coming out in May. We do have a few stories as far as tie-ins that are still coming out there as far as King in Black, Planet of Symbiotes, and Valkyrie, Namor, all those kinds of things. So, but King in Black number 5 and Venom number 34, both this week's number 1 picks. King in Black number 5, of course, this is Marvel Comics, being written by Donny Cates. Interior arts by Ryan Stegman. Multiple different variants as well. What's a god to a non-believer? So that's your little storyline pickup there. King in Black number 5 from Marvel Comics, and then Venom 34, again also from Marvel Comics, being written by Donny Cates. The interior art on this one is by Eben Coelho. Multiple variants on this one as well. Of course, we'll have exclusives for both of these. We already have our one from Dave Raposa out there on Venom 34. Venom 35, Tyler Kirkman's wrapping that up for us as he's done all 5 issues for us on that one. This is it. After a pulse-pounding race to the finish, Venom 34 stands as the series finale tie-in to the King in Black epic. But is this issue also the end of the Venom symbiote as we know it? For Maestros Donny Cates and Eben Novello, this one sets the stage for Venom 200 and everything that follows. So again, it's Marvel Comics Venom 34. That's our #1 pick on this week's top 10 for Final Order Cutoff. Thank you guys so much for watching, for listening. I appreciate you guys so much. If you can, like, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell so you know when we're going to be doing all of our new videos. I think this week with this video, we're already over 500 subscribers. We really do appreciate it. It's so awesome to see this channel growing and for you guys to get all this information every weekend. If you want to follow us on social media, find us at Facebook at Unknown Comic Books. Find us on Instagram at Unknown Comic Books, Twitter at Unknown_comics. You can find us on Twitch. You can find us on Pinterest. And then, of course, you're looking to buy any of this stuff, please find us on UnknownComicBooks.com. When you pre-order from us, you save up to 30% off. We try to get all of our orders out within 7 street days of when these books come out. Almost everything we talked about is going to be coming out April 7th. Pre-order is this Monday, March 15th, 2021. DC stuff's a little bit earlier, but hey, get on there and pre-order when you can. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate you. We'll see you next week.